This one night, it was really, really slow. It was so slow that around 8 o'clock, we had started pre-closing. We were doing side work. We had shut down some of the dining rooms, and I cut down to 4 people on staff. So around 8:30, what do we get? We get a walk-in party at 15. Now, of course, it's an hour and a half until close. We close at 10 o'clock. There's no reason for me to not take this party. Plus, my server and my bartender, if they split it, they'll be able to make a little bit of money. So I speak to one of the ladies from the party. She was really, really sweet. I just told her that we were getting the table ready for them. She was apologizing for coming so late. So there was no problem, that we were happy to have them there, that we were going to get them seated in a couple seconds. She said that it's 12 of us here now, but 3 people are on their way. So I said, okay, well, just to let you know, the kitchen does close at 10 o'clock. I'm not sure, when you're expecting them to be here, but I don't want them to get here too late and not be able to place an order. So she tells me not to worry. She says that the 3 are already en route and that they will be their way before 10 o'clock. She says, in fact, we'll probably be leaving by that time anyway, because we have to be up really early for a conference tomorrow. When we get back there and we sit down, if you guys need to go ahead and start taking the order right away, that's totally fine with us. So I'm like, okay, bet, say less. This is my kind of party. So once they're sat and watered, I have the server and the bartender start taking the order. I go back up to the front so that when the 3 come in, I can show them where to go. 9:15 comes in, walks a woman and 2 men. The woman comes up to the host stand. She says, yeah, we're here with a really large group. So I say, oh, we're so glad to have you. Let me grab you a couple menus. I'll take you right over to the table. As I'm walking to the table, she stops and she says, excuse me, I think you're going the wrong way. And so I said, no, I'm not. Your party is seated over here. She says, well, how do you know? You don't even know who we are. So I said, ma'am, it's been really, really slow tonight. You guys are literally the only ones in the building, and we just sat you at your table not too long ago. So I do know where you're seated. So I hear her mumble something to the guys that she's with, and I take him to the table, and she looks and she says, oh, so you really sat us here? So I say, well, you do see the rest of your party, so the answer is yes, you are sat here. And she goes, well, I just really assumed that you would put us in the other area. I said, oh, well, hold on. Am I missing something here? I said, is this a reserved contracted party with a deposit on file? Like, did we drop the ball? And she says, no, I don't think we did any of that. So I said, oh, okay, well, then I'm not quite sure why you would assume you would be in the other area. This highfalutin hussy looks me up and down, turns to the party and says, excuse me, really quick, everyone. I don't think that this is going to work for us. You guys are good if we move, right? So, of course, the whole table starts murmuring. They're like, moving, wait, what, when, how, who, where? And I'm like, no, I'm not moving anyone. Everyone can stay here. You can stay put. I turn to her and I say, listen, I understand and I'm taking into account that you prefer to be in a specific area when you come to dine with us. But what I need you to understand is that you took none of the necessary steps needed in order to guarantee that accommodation. This is where your party is. This is where you would be for the rest of the night. I really hope that you find a way to be content with the seating arrangement. And she huffed and puffed and stormed off and started greeting people at the party. About 10 minutes later, her and the 2 dudes that she came in with are sitting next to each other. So I go over my little spiel, let them know that the kitchen's closing in about 35 minutes. And if they were ready to place their order, I could go ahead and take it for them and put it in. The 2 guys give me their order. I get to her. She says, I'm talking right now. I'm not ready to place my order. So about 9:40 comes, I go back over and I say, hey, just wanted to check in to see if you wanted to place anything. Just keep in mind the kitchen is closing soon. I want to make sure that we have enough time to make it for you. And so she says to me, I'll let you guys know when I'm ready to place my order. Thank you. And the guy next to her was like, Beth, like, just go ahead and give her the order. Like, the kitchen's closing soon. Like, what are you getting? And she tells him, I'm in the middle of something right now. They'll serve me when I'm ready to be served. So once I hear her say that to him, I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. She wants to play, I want to play too. So I go to the bartender, I go to the server, and I say, listen, one of us has to be in a room at all times. Because I didn't want her to do was say, hey, I was trying to place an order, but I couldn't find anyone. So once I tell them that, they're like, cool. So we all take turns going back and forth in the room. There's someone in the room the entire time for the last 15 minutes of service. 9:57, I'm back in the room. Now everyone's packing up. Everyone's getting to-go boxes. We're clearing plates. We're doing everything. 9:58 comes and goes, nothing. 9:59 comes and goes, nothing. 10 o'clock, what do you know? All I hear is, excuse me. And when I look up, she has this like smirk on her face and she's kind of like holding the menu up. So I go over and she flings the menu back. She says, yeah, I'll just take a salad. And so I say, oh my God, that sounds delicious. I said, so for the dressings, we have Italian, we have balsamic, Oh no, I'm so sorry. It's 10 o'clock. The kitchen's closed. She says, what? I say, yeah, remember I was trying to explain to you before multiple times that the kitchen closed at 10 o'clock? Unfortunately, we can't take any new entrees. I'm so sorry about that. And she says, wait, you're joking, right? And I say, no, this is so unfortunate. I'm so sorry. I wish you would have placed your order earlier. She says, but it literally just turned 10 o'clock. There's no way that your entire kitchen is closed. I said, well, unfortunately, there is way because my kitchen is definitely in the process of shutting down. Therefore, we can't take any new orders. I'm so sorry. And she goes, but it's just a salad. It's a literal bowl of lettuce. said, I know it was such a simple order. It's definitely one of the easiest and the quickest things that we could prepare. But the thing is, it's 10 o'clock. My kitchen's closed. I'm so sorry about that. If you would have known that you were going to order something as simple as a bowl of lettuce, I really wish that you would have told us ahead of time and, gave us enough time to prepare for you. That way, you will be able to enjoy your dinner for tonight. I'm so sorry. There's nothing else that I can do. And she says, well, guess there's no way I'm eating tonight. Not tonight, you're hungry.